Alright, what's going down, YouTube? It's your boy Raz, man. We back with another one. Back at it again with the way I see it, you feel me? We about to jump into this little reaction video and see what these boys talking about, man. This is the Daily Wrap Up crew, man. These three guys right here, man. I watch a lot of their videos, I ain't gonna lie. They all pretty much understand how we think as men, generally speaking, you know. They pretty much give our point of view. And I think they represent us well, so you know, I mess with these boys. So let's see what they talking about.
All right, my first topic is what are the responsibilities of a man in a relationship? What changes when he gets married?
I feel like
What do y'all look for in a man in a relationship?
a man to want to be in a relationship with him. What do we look for? I feel like I look for a guy that's like, if not on my level, like higher than me. You feel me? Like he has to have it together. He just has to have it together. He has to just fit, check all the boxes.
I heard you say niggas don't be having cars earlier, right?
They don't.
So
They
so is that
I'm
a
not gonna talk
requirement?
about
Is that a
This is
requirement?
pet
course.
peeve.
Wait, do you have a
course.
car?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, you try to get her with that one. I don't know. I mean, sometimes shit is hard to get a car. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody. First off, especially if you live in a state like I think these boys might be from New York or something. Like every time I went to New York, it's a lot of people without cars. A lot of people that ain't never even had licenses. Like they just don't drive like that. And when you do have a car, somebody gonna bump into that motherfucker on the street because it's too jam packed. It's too tight. Like you got to be a different type of driver to drive in New York. So that might be an excuse in itself. But where I'm from, yeah, most people got cars. We got cars. We whipping. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I want to throw that out there. I don't think that's that should disqualify you from being able to holler at a chick or talk to a girl or pursue her because you don't have a car. Now, fellas, work on getting a car. You know what I'm saying? Because if you already see that women are disqualifying you because you don't have a car, that's a bogus reason to be disqualified. You might as well just go ahead and get you a little whip, get you something that'll get you from A to B, C, D, and all that good shit. So, yeah, go ahead.
So if you got a car, why he gotta have a car?
I'm gonna pick him up. How are we gonna be going out? I'm gonna be picking him up.
Yeah, what?
No.
Every time.
You got the car.
Nah,
But if he was the only one that had a car, he would gotta pick you up every time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course, but he's the man,
He's the
right?
man.
Like,
All right,
he's the
so
one
when
that's-
you drive to his house, get out the driver's seat and let him drive.
Never. That's been
Never.
That's
I can't.
You need a car.
You drive?
No, but I have a car.
She got a car,
But
but
I have
she
a
don't know
car.
how to drive
You
it
got a
yet.
car, but you don't drive?
Yeah.
You don't got no license?
I have my permit.
She get
Permit? What are you 15 and a half? You got your permit for? Like, why you have a car? So you need somebody that's 21 to be in the passenger seat with you in order to even drive? Like, what you even got a car for? You got a car for decoration, shorty. Your car is a yard ornament. Like, your car ain't doing shit.
in there. She
I'm
get it.
getting there, but I have a car. Look,
I mean, I appreciate
I
the
got a
ambition.
car.
She got the car before she got
She
the
got the-
license. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's motivation.
That's motivation right there. Like, so y'all feel the same way? Is there a height requirement he has
Oh.
to have?
6 feet. If you're not 6 feet and above, it's flipped. It's over.
How tall are you, by the way?
I'm like 5'6.5".
I could still. I'm not 6 feet, but I could still pick you up like Ben Rames,
No.
baby boy, with the refrigerator open. Like, what are you talking
You
about?
gotta be 6 feet above.
Why you gotta be 6 feet?
Because that's a requirement. Like I
Why?
want to look up at my man, not like you know.
You can still look up at a man if he's taller than you. Like,
No, it gotta be 6 feet above. Like I've turned down so many people. You gotta be 6 feet above. That's just it.
I feel like it
You have
for
to.
me, like just going off of they just gotta be taller than me. I say that. At first I was like
Yeah.
6 feet. Like now it's like as long as he's taller than me, I don't care.
yeah, I do know a percentage of the population is actually over 6 feet.
Well, how much is the percentage?
Yeah.
It's like
It's a small
it's
percentage.
I would say it's
Like
like
5%.
12% of the male population is over 6 feet
And that's
tall. Like,
not
I think it's like 14% or something, but I don't know why this is something that we think is okay for women to just skate with. Like, I'm 6'3", so don't get it twisted. It don't bother me now, but I do think that it's unfair that there's the standard for men as far as height goes, and you can't even change that. That's not even like, and then if you flip it and a dude is like, man, I don't want a chick that's over, you know, over 60 pounds over what she's supposed to weigh, and they looking at you like Kevin Samuels, where they hate they hate your guts because who are you to tell them that they supposed to weigh anything? Well, who are you to tell men that they got to be over 6 foot? Like, who are you to tell men that you're not gonna mess with them if they not over 6 foot, man? That's crazy. That's wild. Like, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It's your preference, and I understand that. And I'm sure it's a biological thing too, with just seeing a dude that's a certain height or a certain stature, or a certain build, thinking that he can protect you versus, you know, a dude who might be of a smaller build or smaller stature or whatever. But in today's day and age, like, motherfuckers is carrying around big ass blowers and big ass pistols with 30 rounds on them, like 50 round drums. Like, protection is protection. You know what I'm saying? Your man could be 5'6" with a 60 round clip. Like, now I'm not saying go do that, fellas. Do not let your girl talk you into flashing out because you're only 5'6". That's fucking insane. But on real shit, like, don't have your girl out here like having you flash out on some shit because you're trying to prove a point because she's looking at you a certain way because you don't fit the criteria of some other dude that she might be looking at or might have seen. Or, man, focus on yourself. If your girl is that, if girls is out here tripping off the height like that, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing you can really do about your height. So get your money up. That way when you stand on it, you're 6'8", you're LeBron size. You heard?
So y'all disqualifying like 85+% of the people of men, 88%
That's why a lot of girls are
men
single.
over height,
Right.
over height only. Like, y'all didn't even get to nothing else. Like, you didn't even get about dick size, about how much money he made.
Potential.
But yeah, like, so my
Matter.
thing is, women have these
Damn.
expectations, and that's fair. You know what I mean? But are you willing to compete for those men? Because those men are high. They're in high demand. Like, every
Right.
female wants that type of man. Like, you
I
know what I'm
believe
saying?
women should be
Compete is
competing for a man.
So you don't think you should compete for that man?
No. Why are we
Yeah.
competing for the men?
You understand that there's more women than men on the earth, right?
Fact.
I get that.
Like, for
but,
every
like,
man, there's like 5-6 women.
That's
No.
why. That's why y'all be sticking with that same cheating ass nigga that every
Yeah,
girl that's
facts.
trying to
And
get.
then, yeah, eliminating most of them men because they gotta be a certain height, make a certain amount of money. Like,
Have
I
a
mean,
certain
that's-
dick size.
that's
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
non-negotiable.
okay,
Bro, these chicks are wild for this shit. Like, bro, first off, you gotta have the 3'6". You gotta be over 6 foot. You gotta be over 6 inches. You gotta make over 6 figures. That is a very small group of men. Like, that group of men right there is probably in the 0.0001 fucking 6 percentile. Like, who knows? Like, you looking for the wildest dude. Like, you and then the crazy part is you'll bump into him and you, like you said, you don't even want to compete for him. Like, it's wild. He needs to want you and chase you. Why would somebody who has everything that you're looking for and everything that most women are looking for chase you? What is it about you that makes him want to chase you? And I don't want to hear cause I'm me. No, like, what about you specifically means that man should chase you? Like, you wildin', you are bugging, shorty. Like, you need to, if y'all could come to an understanding of how the shit really works, then you probably could get that man. Like, you probably could beat out all the other chicks because they all delusional as hell too. Like, they all, yeah, man, this shit's wild. I ain't gonna lie to you.
that's
why
fair.
you gotta compete.
non-negotiable,
But
like,
that's why you gotta
But I have no issue with women having those standards.
Right.
But are you willing to compete with the 90+% of women that also want that same man? Why should he
Facts.
pick you?
Why
You're right.
No, I'm
That's
asking.
it.
Why should he?
Yeah,
Every
that's
90% of the women said that same thing. Why should he pick? What qualities will make him
90% of
want
the women is not me. That's how I see it. And I
Yo,
feel like
Wrong.
if he don't,
Wrong. 90% of women are you. Every girl on Instagram is you or better. Literally. Like, 98% of women are you. You are regular, schmegular, degular. Now, regular, schmegular, degular might look good, but that don't mean that it's not common. Like, it's every girl can work out, put on makeup, put on a sundress, and you know what I mean, do what she got to throw it back. Which means that 90% of women are capable of doing what you're doing. How many men can out of nowhere grow to be over 6 foot as you like, because that's your standard, because that's what you want? How easy is it for a man to even get 6 figures? Like, either you're born 6 foot or you're not. You can work to get 6 figures, and either you're born with over 6 inches or you're not. Like there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's more difficult for the man you are looking for with all these boxes that they got to check to be that man than it is for you to be one of these millions of hot ass girls that be around. Yeah, you bad, but your attitude already disqualify you from a motherfucker like me. Cause I'm 6'3", trying to get to 6 figures. Damn sure, just you know what I'm saying, boy slanging. So if I see you on here acting crazy with a certain mindset, why would I even give you the time of day? Like, and then I'm not the only one that thinks like this. This is regular. Like, this is how men think. Men, I'm gonna tell you what, men, we appreciate when women are courteous and when women appreciate, when they're appreciative of the things that we have to offer. And if we feel like you are entitled or you feel entitled to what we have to offer, most men don't even want to deal with you. Now, a lot of men will deal with you because we are driven by this testosterone, man. I can't lie. It's a hell of a drug. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's only gonna last so long. Once he get it, and then he find out how you really are, then he probably gonna slide on you. Matter of fact, this is a perfect test. Any woman out there, if you want to know if the man you dealing with really fuck with you, especially if you ain't fucked him yet, if you already smashed, if you already let him hit, then you kind of have an idea what type of time he on with you. But if you are dealing with a man and you never let him hit before, let him hit. Go 2 weeks, hanging out, kicking it, doing whatever you do. And if that man still wants to be around you in those 2 weeks, then you probably got one. Like, you probably got something that's keeping him around. But I guarantee you, if you let him smash and your attitude is trash, bro, he gonna dash. That's all it is to it.
See that, then it's like
know how
he's
to
not the
deflect.
man for me.
Yo, it's your Beyonce saying that shit, and you stand next to Beyonce, and she like, yeah, but she not me.
Beyonce, like, why should I sign you to my fucking Ivy fucking whatever her daughter name is? I'm sorry.
I'm
Why should I sign you to her record label? And you saying because I'm me? Like, you think she gonna sign you? Like,
Imagine you going for a job. Why should we hire you? Because I'm me.
Right.
so like I said again, I don't have an issue with women having these standards, but are y'all willing to compete for those men because they have the options? They have the variety of they could pick of the litter. They could choose you, the other
But
girls out here.
but what about the girls that just get the guys that's 6 and up? That got all the money, that got the car, that got everything. Like the girls
with
that
all
just
the money get the guys.
And I'm saying, what about the girls that get the guys that have all the money? They 6 and above. They loyal. They handsome. Like
They probably got good attitudes. They probably peaceful and enjoyable to be around. That's what it is. When you see a girl and she look just like you, but she got everything you want, that's probably because she cool. She actually got a good head on her shoulder. She got good attitude. She don't fucking want to fight all the time and be combative and tough and shit. Like, that's why she has everything that you're looking for, shorty.
But they just lucky.
What girl? I'm confused what the question is.
It's not luck.
I'm saying, like, you saying we got to compete.
I'm
but what
gonna
about
tell you, they're competing and they're telling the man why they should pick them.
And they're winning.
Nah.
They're winning.
They're winning.
They're clearly.
Real quick, you in a relationship?
No.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's not looking too good, man.
I mean, I feel like
Wait.
in some,
Hey, you kept it real
we
with
all
me, I ain't
competing,
gonna
to
lie.
be honest, whether we know it or not.
Men are
So,
competing for women
but
too,
it's
like-
just how men go about it. Women too, but it's just how men go about it. Like, I understand if I'm dating you and you're single, like, obviously you're probably talking to people, I'm talking to people. But it's just a respecting. Like, guys be wilding out here. You know, like, I'm just talking to you, we're just dating, but I got like 3-4 girls hit me up, like, oh, I talk to him too, that's my man. And it's just too much, you know, that's when it's just like, all right, now I'm out. Now I don't want to compete because it's just like, this is messy. And I don't think it's like, you know.
But again,
It sounds like she eliminated the competition right there, though. I ain't going.
What you mean?
Oh yeah,
Because
Yeah, like, I
And
don't
then
want
you
to
like-
that.
I get packed up.
And then you like
I'm not
deuces, so she like,
Yeah.
oh, that's one less one I gotta worry about.
check,
He mine.
check,
It
is what it is.
But why wouldn't you
Like,
want a guy that picks you over all of them?
But
Like,
you,
just off
you
of
have to have
you-
qualities that you would want to pick.
Exactly.
But that's what we're
Exactly.
asking. That's what we're
Facts.
asking.
That's what we asked you.
Okay,
Why should
okay.
you-
I mean, a guy like
I
what do guys?
mean-
What do you feel like a guy would want like
No,
to pick?
you can't.
No,
flip it on
don't
us.
try to-
Don't
I'm saying,
deflect.
like,
You got
Hold on, nah. that's a fair question, and I like the fact that she even asked that question, which means that she's willing to learn what the guy that she wants from her, which is ultimately how you're gonna get what you want. So the fact that she's asking that question, I would definitely answer it. I think right now I don't know, but I answer for you. I think I already touched on it earlier, but we want peace, we want steady pum pum. So we want to be able to smash on a regular basis. We want you to like us, genuinely like us, and be nice. Like, there ain't a whole lot to it. If you're nice to us, you're smashing us, and you appreciate us, we'll pretty much wife you. Like, we pretty much gonna lock you down. Now, don't get it twisted. It's like 50-50. Like, some dudes is looking for a relationship or open and willing for a relationship, but some dudes is not. So if you run into the dudes that's not, you know what I'm saying, you might do all that and you still might not get wife. So you got to look at the type of dude you want, and then from there you can decide whether or not no, you should always put in the effort, but definitely look at the type of dude you want while you're putting in that effort to know whether or not the effort is even worth it. You know, like, always put the effort in, but you don't have to necessarily apply it to that specific guy if he's not looking for a relationship. But I do think that's a fair question to ask, and I think we should answer that for women. That way they're not so confused, because for so long they never even cared to ask that question. They never even cared to. It didn't matter. It didn't matter to them what we wanted. So yeah, shout out to her.
I'm not a guy. I wouldn't know. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I could say what I feel like.
I can respect that, but you got to tell me the qualities that you have.
Okay.
Because you said I'm me. So
Right,
I me stands for something that a man is like, oh, she her.
Oh, so you want to know the qualities that I have?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm ambitious.
Okay.
Definitely a hard worker. I'm smart. I'm funny. I feel like I get shit done. Like, I'm not just gonna sit there and just.
It sounds like your interview answers. I ain't gonna lie
And
to you.
I'm saying, like, you know, guys, like, it's mad girls out here that just want a guy that got money to splurge on them and shit. Like, I got my own shit. You know what I'm trying to say? I got goals. I got stuff that.
I'm gonna stop you right there. But those are all personal things. A man don't reap the benefits of your goals.
Of course he gonna reap the benefits. Like, I'm not gonna be, you feel me? I'm gonna be right here with him. He not gonna be right here, and I'm gonna just be right here begging.
When a woman tell me she got goals, all I hear is, damn, I gotta put money out to support her goals. I ain't going. That's long nights up driving this.
And it don't even gotta be goals like, oh, I want a salon and he gotta pay for my salon and shit like that. It could just be educational goals. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm trying to get here. Like, I'm working hard for this. Like, so I can have this. And if it gets further, then, you feel me? We both here. We both got same amounts of money. We both, like, you feel me?
And you know what men hear when they say that? We scared that we're gonna have to pick up the debt from their education.
Oh my God.
And that women go to school for all these years and then they don't do nothing. They
not working. They're not working.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, but I mean, even more than that, what it is the attributes that she just named are typically what women want from men. Like women have to figure out and have to understand that the things that you want from a man is not the same things that a man wants from you as a woman, you know? So, like, we're not looking for security. Like, if you listen earlier, when I named all the things before they even got into this that typically men want, security was not one of them. So you having your own bag, that's only for you. Like, like he said, that's a personal goal. It's not something that we look for in a partner. We're not looking for security. We're not looking for ambition. Like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool if your girl is, like, you know, a go-getter a little bit. Depends, because that go-getter attitude sometimes come with masculine traits. I hate to say masculine traits, but they are, because, like, most people that's go-getters are assertive and dominant and type A personalities. Well, that's a dude, and most dudes don't want to date dudes. I mean, it just is what it is. So you'd be better off to, those attributes are good for yourself and to better your own life and to fulfill your own life. But if you're talking about building something with a partner and what you bring to the table for that person, you have to figure out what that person wants. Like, if there's a table and they're essentially, you got a picnic or let's say a barbecue, right? You're not gonna show up to the barbecue some weird ass what's that shit, potato salad with fucking raisins in it or something, because we know nobody wants fucking potato salad with raisins, right? You're not gonna be like, they're not gonna be like, what you bringing to the party? And you like, I'm bringing potato salad with raisins. That's because they don't. Nobody wants that. So even if that's for you, even if that's your favorite dish, that's for you.
They gotta pay for this shit. Real men are really like, damn, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If my shorty in college and she not working, what does that mean for me? I'm paying
That's
everything.
tough.
I'm paying everything. Like,
And then she won't get that degree
Yeah.
to still want to be a stay-at-home mom and kick her feet up while you pay for all the bills. Like, you know what I'm saying?
or
Like,
even worse, she get a degree and then can't get a job in that field. That's that, you know what I mean?
I mean, that is true.
And I feel like men, we happy that y'all want to do this shit, right? But we just want y'all to tell. That's why we feel like another woman that's you saying you got all this, you go to school, you do this, that, and another woman like, yo, baby, I'm gonna just make you happy. I'm gonna make sure you, when you get home, your food is done, and this, that, and you're like, oh, he picked that bum B, but she's more catering to what he's doing after a long day of work.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
So, cool. What's the next topic?
Oh, all right.
We didn't even really talk about that.
Yeah, we did. We answered it.
I forgot the question. Oh, what are the responsibilities of a man?
Yeah,
Right?
man. What changed for? Okay, real quick. What changes for a man once he's in a relationship, and then when he's married? What changes for him? Because I know when he's in a relationship with you, he has to. When y'all in a serious relationship, y'all live together. He most likely got to pay the bills. He got to make sure you happy. He got to take you out. He got to buy you things. You know what I mean? He just got to keep everything rolling. But what changes for him from dating to marriage?
Like, what? A better question would be like, what incentive do men have to marry women if we're getting all the same benefits in a regular relationship? Well, this is why you see some women dating men for like 10 years. Oh, he never put a ring on me. You never gave him a reason to do that. You gave him all the benefits, the kids, the loyalty, the sex. So I'm not going to willingly go sign a contract with the government, like if I don't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what do you feel like should change?
I think honestly it boils down to kids mostly. I feel like we're in a society now where people just have kids, you know, but me, I feel like kids are a family thing. I mean, you know, there's some people that don't want to do it that way, and you know, but I feel like once people started having kids outside of marriage, then it kind of made people think like, why even get married? You know, so for me personally, I think what changes, I think most of the responsibilities of a man, it kind of stays the same, but I really feel like the kids play a part. You know, like growing, that's the purpose of marriage, I feel like, in a sense, to build a family. You know, if you already built the family, then of course he doesn't feel like he needs to marry you.
Yeah,
you know,
accepted me for this. Now I'm out.
Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I think that's
sure. Yeah, that's a solid answer. I'd say if anything, the reason to be married, and just to have like a 2-parent household, man. You know, like especially if you're a young man. I mean, not especially because, well, yeah, especially because if you're a young lady and you're with your mom, she can essentially still teach you all the things to become a woman. But when you're a young man and you're growing up with your mom, there are things that you just cannot learn from your mom. You know, she don't even know. She's never experienced them. She didn't go through being a young man. So she doesn't even know how to teach you these things, you know. And so many times I think it's overlooked because we've gotten so used to single parent homes. It's become overlooked that young men need older men in their lives to show them how to become men. You know, not a lot of people learn how to do something the right way with no mentor in most things, you know. So I definitely agree with that answer, man. You know, but to what they were saying earlier, a lot of dudes don't get actually married, like technically married, because what's the point? Like, you already live together. You've been living together for 10 years, 10 years, or whatever it is. You already got kids together. Y'all got motherfucking 5 kids together. You feel me? Clearly we've been smashing because I got 5 kids with you. Like, what incentive is there to actually go downtown or to have this grandiose wedding? Like, you know what I'm saying? The only incentive is that your girl really wants it. You know, if you're just trying to make your girl happy, then yeah, go ahead and throw the ring on her finger and have a little party, you know, or the big party, and go ahead and lock that shit down. But there's no real incentive once you've been in a long-term relationship, you know. Like, and then even what I was getting at earlier with the 2-parent household, it's like you still a 2-parent household. If you guys are living together, you're raising kids together. Your lives have been intertwined for the last fucking 7, 8, 9, 10 years. That's still a 2-parent household, you know. I mean, so ladies, you basically got to come up with a reason to incentivize men to want to marry you, because otherwise we might not be pressed for it.
Valid answer.
Sound like you last show.
Huh?
You sound like you on the last show.
Yeah, I'm a big component on marriage. Like I feel like we are lacking that in the Black community, and we're
Yeah.
seeing the repercussions of single parent households, like or fatherless households. We're seeing the ramifications. Like more men are more men are being criminals, growing up to be criminals, going to jail. Usually they have a single mother, no father in the household. We're having all this division amongst each other in the Black community. There's really no communities. You know, when we talk about when Black women say, "Oh, we don't feel protected," and that's true, and that's not something to take lightly. But usually the people that protect women immediately is their family and husbands. Like those are the people that protect them immediately. Like if something happened to you, you should be able to call your cousin, uncle, brother, father to immediately come handle that situation. Yeah, I gotta stop.
Hold on, before we let that skip by too fast, because golly, man, I done been around some situations. Ladies, stop calling men to fight battles for you that you started, and you know you're in the wrong for even having been in the situation, because all you're doing is setting up 2 men to potentially hurt, kill, or whatever is going on and do damage to each other, especially 2 men that you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, say you get into it with your baby dad, and then you call your brother over to come handle it. It's like, well, that's a lose-lose. If your baby daddy shoots your brother, you got to explain to your family why you pulled your brother into some bullshit. And if your brother killed your baby daddy, you got to explain to your kid why he don't have a father anymore, he or she. So y'all need to stop using men as these as pawns, essentially, you know, the violent pawns. Like, that shit is OD. That shit is out of here. Cut that shit out. But to what Brody's saying, when it's a real problem, the men in your society and the men in your community are usually who's going to protect you. You know what I'm saying? So you should be able to depend on the men to keep you guys safe, or you ladies safe. But don't let that get misconstrued with calling dudes and getting them in fuck shit because your feelings are hurt or some bullshit is going on. Like, cut that shit out. Have a conversation. You got a problem with your baby dad? Have a conversation. You feel me? You got a problem with whoever? Just fall back for a second and think about it. What could happen if I call this person over here to confront this other person that I care about? If I take this person I care about and I call them to confront this other person I care about, what are the possibilities? Sit and think about that before you do it, because we not just about to argue. Most men ain't just about to go back and forth with this shit, man. You really gonna end up, usually when men clash, it's violence. So cut that shit out.
People have to stop looking at strangers on the street and expecting them to come and be Superman. Go get your people that's going to your family. Those are your husband. So when we take away those aspects of family and husbands, then obviously you see the lack of protection and with Black women, like, you know what I mean. So I think that's a great a reason to get married, for, like you said, for family. Like,
I think it's also cultural too, because depending on your background or, you know, your religion, you know, like for me personally, I'm Christian. You know, it is important for me to be one with somebody under God more than anything. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it boils down to for me. Like, I can't really be shacked up with a man, and it's just a certain way.
As a Christian, would you consider getting married without the legal papers? Like, as you said, there's one union under God. So if y'all get married with a priest and all that, I mean, y'all married, but it's just not legal. Would you consider that?
I mean, I do want to be married legally. I do. It's a package.
What's the difference?
Guys gonna start doing that.
What's the difference to you? The difference is the insurance that comes with being married legally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. It just kind of solidifies it. It kind of like cements it. Like,
you know what I mean? So
obviously, like, if it's just a priest, all right, we're married, but I feel like legally it's like, all right, it just kind of sets it in stone. Like, me and you are married. Everybody sees us as married. in the system and everything. Like
You
it's
can't
just
say,
it's
like, you're
official,
done.
official.
Like,
Yeah.
for me, it's gonna
Come
take
to
a
Mike. Come to
whole.
Mike.
You can't just say that you're done. Like,
Yeah,
okay, we're not married no
exactly.
more. It's a whole process. Like, you gotta
Yeah.
separate. You gotta get divorced. Divorce takes forever.
So,
I mean,
so
Costs
it's
money.
harder for him to leave an unhappy
It kind of
marriage.
yeah, like
It's
that's the thing about marriage is like it's
like,
supposed to be forever. It's supposed to be till death do us part. That's what marriage is.
So why? My thing is,
It's an incentive, yeah, to keep marriages together. If you really can't keep your marriage together, you know, go divorce. But it is kind of like you're supposed to stay married to that person.
That's fair, and you're absolutely right. But when we start quoting the Bible and we start quoting vows and stuff like that, there's also for richer or for poor, and we see. I talk about this all the time. We see women, 80+% of women are initiating divorce, and most of it, top 3 reasons, is for financial reasons.
yeah.
So if your husband loses his job, like women are not going to feel as secure, therefore they're not going to be as happy, therefore they're going to initiate that said divorce because you're not being able to provide financially at the same rate you used to.
Yeah.
So we always like to quote this, for richer, forever do us part, and richer or poor, but women are the ones abundantly going out and filing for divorces. Like, you know what I mean?
And there's
I
empathy for
agree.
those women. There's no empathy for men when they want
true.
divorces.
That's true. But and you know, obviously infidelity does play a part in divorce. But you know, just in differences of when a woman's not happy. You know, there's a quote where it says when a woman is not happy in a relationship, that's when the relationship is over. Like, you know what I mean? So fuck the man's happiness. You know what I mean? Fuck his happy. That's why they're saying happy wife. There's never been a happy husband, happy like. There's never been a thing because men sacrifice their happiness in order to make their wives happy. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's not something we would initiate divorce for. Like, women, when they're not happy, obviously they're going to explore the options. They want to be set free. They want to be liberated. Things of that nature. What's the next topic?
Yeah. I mean, they pretty much know what's going on. They kind of hit that on the head. I think as men, we're kind of just expected to deal with a lot more. You know, you kind of just like throw it on your shoulders and deal with it, or bury that shit down till it kills you. And that's saying like bury your problems until it kills you, to manifest in some shit that kill you. So I think as men, we're just expected to be tough about shit, you know, and just kind of deal with it. It might not be fair. That just is what it is, you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard out here. This dating world, this dating life, man. This shit hard, especially once you get to a certain age, because you kind of are who you are, and you're not likely to change too much for someone. But if you want something, even in your later years, if you want something from someone else, you have to come to a compromise, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. Anything you do, you got to compromise. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got going on with that. This is Daily Wrap Up Crew, man. I mess with these boys, so you know, go ahead and check their channel out and like, comment, subscribe to both our channels. You know, let us know what's going on in the comments, all that good stuff, all that YouTube stuff, and we be back at it. All right. Well,